a lot of guests comes to me and they said, I never done yoga, but I am very inflexible as well. I said, it's fine. It's nothing to do with the flexibility. If you are holding emotion up here, it's in your muscular system as well. It's in your muscle. Your muscle feel tight. Your nerves feel tight. The connective tissues, the fascias, the emotion stays within the body. So in 2020, December 2020, I had a terrible accident. Doctor said that 6 months you would be on the bed just resting. And I said, 6 months? It's quite a lot of time. I don't have that much time. I cannot lie down 6 months on a bed. This is a pure excuse. Nothing else. There is nothing that you cannot do. You can do everything. It's just your will.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. Today I'm joined by my co-host Tong and a very special guest Jyoti, who's a yoga instructor in Kavalaya. Jyoti, do you want to quickly introduce yourself to our audience and tell them about what you do and how you got started?
Okay, namaste everyone, and thanks for having me in your podcast, guys. My name is Jyoti Gautum, and I am from India. I live currently in Koh Samui, Thailand, and I'm working in world best wellness resort called Kamalaya from past 6 years. I've been giving my teaching here and enjoying it a lot. That's all.
So do you want to tell us a bit about how you got started in yoga and what initially drew you to yoga?
Well, if we talk about yoga and being as an Indian, it is something that we got in our blood. It's something that we have it in our culture. So when I was little, growing in a family where I see my grandmother doing bhakti yoga, I've seen my father doing shatkarmas and hatha yoga practices. So I've seen the environment which is filled with the yogic practices, and yoga is just not just a hatha yoga practices, asana, pranayama, but it is all about bhakti yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, these other kinds of practices. So I remember myself doing meditation, and without knowing the word meditation, when I was 4 or 5 years old, sitting with my grandmother, I could vividly remember the picture. And she was chanting her mantras, and I was sitting by the side of her, closing my eyes and meditating on symbols and different mandalas. And I didn't know at that time what I was doing, but when I remember it now, it was kind of a deep practice. I could still remember the symbol that I meditate on and sit for an hour and so. And then my grandmother used to tell me, just go out, what you doing? Go play with other children. It's not your time. Just enough with the bhakti. Go out, go out. So she used to just push me. And I was like, no, I was meditating on that simple symbol for half an hour and you're pushing me. I said, yeah, tomorrow we will do it.
Wow.
And then that's how it started. And still I could remember, a recurring thought that comes to my mind that I don't know how to really explain that, but I really wanted to express this feeling because you've given me the opportunity today to speak about it. So it's just this thought was that since my childhood, that impermanence of life, and the body's limitation, that this existential question often gives me chill, that why we are here. And I feel like I'm gonna die. And when I think that thought that I'm gonna die and this body will going to disappear somewhere, it gives me a different kind of chill. And for a moment, my body just you feel numbness around whole body. I could still feel that.
Yeah.
And then when I was in my early 20s, I remember discussing it with my friend that I have this thought in my mind that why we are here, what is the purpose of life. And I was practicing yoga. We've been teaching yoga, also freelancing, but I have not studied it because it was, as I said, it is in our culture. It's not something that we studied, but it's something that we grow up learning. So he told me that there is an institution that's a 100-year-old institution and world's first scientific yoga research center, world's first established scientific yoga research center in Lonavala, Mumbai. So I said, okay, I will fill in the application for it, and I would really want to pursue my diploma course, 1-year program in an ashram, so that I could really experience that what it is all about. Not for my career. I have no idea that I'm going to teach yoga or something like that. No idea. It just I wanted to know what is going on within ourselves and everything. And I was meditating, as I told you, since I was little. So then they have the openings for their program, and I have filled in the application, and they have some criteria that you have to fulfill some academic. You should have some academic scores, and then they have an interview that you have to go through the interview and process. And somehow I got selected, and then my journey has begun. Like in my early 20s, I would say 10, 12 years back, and it was a 1 year bachelor diploma. You have to stay in an ashram, you have to live a life of a yogi, waking up 4 in the morning, and then you have to do your yogasana, your shatkarmas. Then whole day you have to read the scriptures, chanting Vedas, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, and in the end you have to finish it with the asana again. So then the whole thing was started, and yeah, and when I start learning about it, I said, oh my god, this is so deep. Because the advantage of that institution was it was scientific
Yeah.
based.
Hmm.
We believe in faith, but we also need facts.
Yeah.
So I had that faith that this is a beautiful practice, and it can open different dimension of my body. But I did not have the fact in my hands that how do I believe it. It happens in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that institution has somehow opened my mind, like, oh, because they have all these equipments where they can test your brain waves, they can do your psychological tests, blood tests, all the things you can scan in the machinery and see how your system is working, how the brain waves are working, how nervous system is responding on certain asanas and pranayama. And when I start seeing it, I start believing it even more. But I got the facts as well in my hand that yes, this is how it is. Like, for example, if we do nauli, that the movement of the belly, and they say that it's wonderful for your digestive system. But if you don't see it, you don't believe it. And then we started studying about the researches that they have done over the period of time. And then that's how it started. And in the end of my diploma, I got the scholarship from my school, from my ashram, and then they have given me opportunity to work with their hospital, which is naturopathy, ayurveda and yoga based hospital. And when I still remember when I have given my first class, and the impact was quite deep. And then there I have started, what's the use of this knowledge if I'm not giving it to the mass and keeping it in myself?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So from there it started, and it's there I started giving the teachings and experiencing the changes and people dealing with lots of ailments. So it's more like therapy based yoga.
Yeah.
I have started teaching to the mass.
Right. So that's when you first started thinking, okay, so what do I do with all of this knowledge that I'm getting from this institute? And then you thought to yourself,
E-
I want to give back by
Exactly.
teaching. That's really interesting. And that's also very interesting to me how it's scientific based and not just, just do
Exactly.
it.
So their logo is something, Thong, that where yoga meets
Right.
science.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a beautiful
Over
institution.
the years,
Yes.
have
Yeah.
there been more institutions like this?
Now there is also, I have pursued my master in
Yeah.
yogic science from Bangalore University. So that's also a wonderful institution where you can do all kind of researches, and a lot of people comes there with lot of ailments like epilepsy, leukoderma, obesity, hypertension, and any kind of like major diseases like cancer, skin disorders. So they are now establishing, but the institute that I'm talking about, it was the first established
Right.
institute in
Right.
India. You can say that in over the world because yoga is started
Yeah.
there, and yeah. So now it's a 100-year-old institution. There are other branches also now, but this is like a more main foundational based one.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you
And I
say
just
that your
wanna.
relationship? Oh, sorry, Adi. I just
Go ahead.
wanted to ask as well, like how your relationship with yoga has changed over the course of the years where you have been practicing and teaching it.
Uh, yeah, that's a very interesting question. Actually, I would say it's a roller coaster ride. Yes, of
Okay.
course, you go through loads of turmoils when it comes to the relationship of working on your inner self
Yeah.
discovery, I would say. So initially, it feels like butterflies, when you start practicing, you feel like, oh, I'm doing yoga. Oh, I feel so good. This all kind of layers, which is the topmost layer of the brain, started working like, yeah, you're enjoying the moment. But after that moment, there is a point comes when they start layering up. The one sheath is gone, and next layer is underpinning. The layer of emotions, the layer of impressions, the layer of childhood traumas that we all have, the layer of impression from past life. So I had a very tough childhood, and I never felt good to spoke about it to anyone. Whenever somebody wanted to talk about it, I always tell them that please stop right there. I don't want to talk about it. And I don't know that if that childhood that was a trauma or what, but those traumas comes in the form of emotions, any kind of emotion. It could be anger, it could be frustration. But the best part was, guys, that I was in an institution where I have filled with lot of knowledgeable people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Double PhDs, gurus, those who are doing their sadhana from 60 years, 70 years, and those who has done lots of researches, so they know exactly our students where they are leading. So when I was started doing the yoga practice in an ashram, thoroughly, deeply, I remember saying it to my gurus that, I don't know why, but there is a lot of frustration. I feel like crying, but I have no idea why I'm feeling like crying. And sometimes I feel like I want to bang somebody's head. And if somebody is slamming the door, I feel really like annoyed. It really annoys me. Like, a yogi shouldn't be like that. Why I'm feeling all that, it's not me. So they said that yes, it's not you, but it's within you. So first you enjoy the moment because you are living in the present moment, you're doing your activities and you're enjoying it. But now all the impressions start coming up, and the yoga pranayamic practices start sweeping out these impressions. So you address them. Don't act them, keep doing your practices, keep doing your practices. I said, what about those emotions then? Then he said that, okay, you just look them. I said, what do you mean by look them? I don't really understand like how to look them. If I'm feeling frustrated, how I'm gonna look my emotions? I feel like slapping somebody's face. So how should I look them? What do you say? I did not really get an idea what he's saying. But then he said, Jyoti, I'm telling you, keep practicing, keep writing it. And then there is a word called in yoga self study, that you have to study on yourself. And he always said to me, Jyoti, do your self study, study on yourself. I said, okay, fine. And then I start journaling and start crying about it. I have no idea what is going on with me, but it's my guru has told me to keep practicing, so I keep practicing. In the middle of the time, in the middle of a year of my diploma, those emotional starts getting a little bit lower, and my life getting a little balanced. And again, it will affect you until you are not fully balanced. But as I said, my peers, my teachers has really supported me over the period of time. That's why I tell everyone that yoga is not a joke. 200-hour yoga practice or 1 month yoga practice would not take you anywhere, because it's like opening your body, operating your body and keeping it open like that. And then there are a lot of infection would comes to your body and spoiled it. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to have good teachers around you when it comes to self healing.
Yeah.
So I would say that there are a lot of emotional turmoil, but I was fortunate enough that I was surrounded by amazing gurus and teachers that guide those who have guided me, time to time. And yes, I will tell you how it works on our later conversations.
No, that sounds really insightful. Like, I guess yoga helped you uncover those deeper emotions that you almost had suppressed for a long time and, like, become okay with it. Um, which is, yeah, like, honestly, I've never heard of that happening before, so it's really interesting. Um, earlier you mentioned that, you had all these thoughts about, like, the impermanence of life. How did yoga help you deal with those?
It's a question of, I would say that I still have this question, Adi.
Okay.
It's not fully solved yet. But but it's just that I know, there is also a saying that you don't expect, if you wanted to seek something, you work for it.
Yeah.
And then it would comes to you with the
Mm-hmm.
time. So that's what I have learned over a period of time, that all I have to do is my practice. And with that practice, the fruit will appear. And if it would not appear, it's fine. Maybe next
Mm.
life. But my aim in life is to keep practicing, keep evolving, keep doing the work that I'm doing. And some questions, some things has been solved. Like, I know the purpose of my life is to just to be with my own practicing, doing my yoga practice every day, being disciplined in my life. And it is something that comes with the yogi practices, and it is something comes that it becomes a way of life now.
Mm-hmm.
And when yoga becomes a way of life, then you don't actually ask such questions, and you don't really have that desire to be answered. And you know, I mean, yeah, you don't feel like that if somebody can give you the answer of what life is all about.
Yeah.
So it's just about keep practicing, keep working.
Is that why you said that these, like 1 month yoga, 100-day yoga doesn't work?
See, what happened these days that people don't wanted to
Mm.
learn. People wanted to teach. They wanted to become your guru. Before that, they experienced what's the journey look like. And when you have this limited knowledge of yoga, you build a lot of ego within. You know, your ego, your pitta would go high up because you are working a lot of physical practice. If you work a lot of on physical body, rather working on your mental body, there we have constitution in our body, three constitution, vata, pitta, and kapha. So your pitta go way high, which is the form of ego. Your ego go way high. That I can teach, I can do this. So when you have the ego within and you have learned a little bit, you know, you've
Mm-hmm.
gone to a doctor, you've taken the medicine without the prescription, in the end, you're going to destroy your system because you have to go through the deep core. What's the use of it? Why I'm taking it? Where I'm heading with it? So, as I said, everyone who really wanted to do yoga practice, just do it for learning, not for teaching. So if you start thinking of teaching, I would say that at least 1 year practice it on yourself. What you are learning, what you are studying, practice it, experience it, write down those experience, share it with your teachers and gurus, come up with the point that you are, because you are being responsible. It's a sacred responsibility. You know, you are holding a responsibility to heal somebody, and you cannot shoot arrow in the dark like, okay, do this asana and you'll be fine. No, no, it's a science. You're you know, you are poking with somebody's system, and if
Mm.
you poke it in a wrong way, you can destroy somebody's system. So you cannot play, I would say, you cannot play. So that's why this 1 month program should be, should be TTC program. They should be learning programs, not the teacher training programs, I would say. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. So would you say a lot of teachers that teach yoga currently, they're just teaching you the movements, not really like the deep spirituality behind it? Would you say that's true?
I really don't wanna. I really don't wanna. Just point fingers to people and
Yeah. Fair enough.
make my comments. Make my comments. But all I'm just saying that if you really wanted to teach, make sure you experience. You know,
Mm.
in 1 month you learn 20 asanas, guys, right? With limited knowledge, and you take that 20 asana in your suitcase, and then you become teacher with that. Do you know there are 84,000 asana practice? There are 72,000 nerve channels in the body. There is 176 aphorism of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There is a lot of scriptures. There are 108 pranayamic practice. There are loads of things. Do you think in 1 month you can learn all that? You cannot learn in 1 month these all kind of practices.
Yeah.
You cannot. It's the system. You have to work each asana on yourself. Okay, it is giving me impact now. Physical body is a one dimension. I'm also talking about the subtler body. I'm also talking about the casual body. There are sheaths in human body. You should know everything. Spirituality at the same time, plus at the same science and anatomy of the body at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows science because we in our schools we read about biology, we read about anatomy of the body, structure of the body. But when it comes to spirituality, you cannot read it and deliver it. You have to experience it.
Yeah.
So I'm not pointing anyone that I am no one to tell somebody to do that. All I'm just saying that it's just an idea,
Yeah.
that if you want to become a teacher, at least experience it 1 year on yourself before you go into the ground to teach. so that you would know exactly what you're teaching. Oh, I have experienced this one as well. Oh, this client or this person is experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing, and you
Yeah.
have the clear understanding and answer to give it to that person, that
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know why, I know what you're saying. If you have gone through the pain, Adi, you can understand somebody else's pain.
That's
If
very
you
true.
haven't been there, you could say, yeah, I can understand. But there is not such deep understanding, I would
Yeah.
say.
No, that's fair. Um, yeah. Anyway, I want to ask, like, I still like, because I don't know that much about yoga. Do you want to tell us, like, what are like the main types of yoga that you come across in your life, and which one, like, which form do you usually like to teach?
Okay, well, now we are talking about the forms of yoga.
Yeah.
I will just explain a little bit about the paths of yoga first.
Okay. Sure.
So in Bhagavad Gita, which is which is oldest India's oldest scripture, I'm sure you've heard it, Adi, the
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita. In that, there are four paths have given. These four paths are Karam Yoga, yoga for action, like selfless service to other. Then there is also Gyan Yoga, which is the path of knowledge, yoga to union. And then there is Bhakti Yoga, which is the path of devotion. And then there is Raj Yoga, the royal path. So these four paths has given in Bhagavad Gita, sorry. So what happened? It says that every person is doing yoga in different forms. So we say that he's not practicing yoga, but he's a very good human being. He's helping others selflessly. Oh, and we also say that, oh, she has a very good devotion. She's not practicing yoga, but she's loving everyone. She's so kind. So somehow they have that spirit. They have that karmic relation with their selves, with the others. Then they are creating the same consciousness, the level of consciousness towards the enlightenment that we yogis are creating.
Mm-hmm.
So Bhagwan Krishna says that to reach to the higher consciousness, you choose the path according to you. If you are an emotional person, you choose the path of bhakti. If you are then there is jnana yoga. If you are a knowledgeable person, you choose the path of jnana. Jnana means you learn from scriptures, you learn from Veda, you start giving discourses like Sadhguru give discourses, Swami Paramahansa Yogananda give discourses, Swami Vivekananda start giving discourses. So you start doing that. And then there is Karma Yoga. So if you think that you can help people selflessly without, having any other outcome of it, like I want something from it, with selflessly, so helping other people, you are doing the same exact thing as well. So
Mm-hmm.
you choose, and then you go through to that state and do your deeds, and then you reach to the state of enlightenment. You are anyway reaching to the higher state of consciousness. Now what we are doing where yoga reside is the Raj Yoga, the royal path. In that everything comes. In Raj Yoga, your yoga come, your asana comes, your pranayama come, your dharana come, your dhyana come. A lot of people does not know about it. They
Mm-hmm.
just know Vinyasa Yoga, Yin Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, this kind of yoga. But these are not kinds of yoga. These are just the paths of yogic traditions, which comes under Raj Yoga, which comes under this royal path.
Yeah.
This is the path of discipline. So we are following the path of discipline. Now you understand the word path of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
When I said path of discipline, that means your whole day, your whole life, you are living in a yogic life, leading a lifestyle of a yoga, then it is a path of discipline. You do your yoga course and then waking up 12 in the morning is not a path of discipline. Then you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
So this path starts from you. And under that, Hatha Yoga comes, path of yoga. And there are, I'm sure you've heard the sage Patanjali. He was the modern, he's called the father of modern yoga. He
Mm-hmm.
has given the 8 limbs practices. And he says that to practice yoga, you have to go through first yamas and niyamas. So, if you want to practice asana, like a yoga mat practice, you have to before that clear yourself, like cleanse yourself. You have to perform yamas. Yamas mean your external discipline, like non-harming other people, non-stealing, truthfulness, sexual restraint, non-grip. These are the yamas. And the niyamas is your internal discipline, like your cleanliness, shaucha, santosha, contentment, self-study, surrender. These are your internal discipline. After that, you come to your mat and you practice.
Mm-hmm.
So, because this is the modern world need. But before, if we talk about the time, the era, the ancient practice of yoga, the Shiva and in our Hatha Yoga, it says that practicing asana can develop all that. But now the modern life has little changed. And if you want to practice yoga now, we have already built a lot of toxins in the body, a lot
Mm.
of impressions, a lot of memories in the body. So, first we need to clear out them,
Mm-hmm.
then I can ask you to practice on your own body. If you have acidity, bloated acidity in your belly, and I ask you to do yoga, you will be burping all the time. Or just, throwing toxins out. So, first I'll say, okay, let's just practice and cleanse your
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will do detoxification like shat karmas. So that's like cleansing of neti, cleansing your sinus, cleansing your gastrointestinal by vamana, then cleansing your whole gastrointestinal tract by crunch cleansing, shank praksharana. Then telling you to eat certain kind of diet, which is mitahara. Mitahara means a yogic diet where you eat one meal, but it is very nutritious, where
Mm-hmm.
your half belly filled with the food, one half with the water, another half with the air. So it's a holistic approach. Only mat practice does not help, but we
Okay.
need to take it as a whole to just to practice. Yeah. So and then when you're practicing hatha yoga, then after that Ashtanga yoga has come. So, Hatha Yoga is the oldest form of yoga, which was given by Shiva 5,000 years back. And then after Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, after Krishnamacharya has given, and I'm sure you've heard this term, Ashtanga Yoga. And in that Ashtanga Yoga, they have also come up with three series. First, they started with the primary series, which is Yoga Chikitsa. Then they started with the intermediate series, which is Nadi Shodhana. And then their third one is this like Kaya Shuddhi and something like that. So they have also have three variations of yoga. And then Iyengar Yoga has come. I'm sure you've heard of that as well. Then vinyasa comes at this point. But if you talk about the origin or oldest form is only Hatha Yoga. Now this Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Yin, everything comes out of Hatha Yoga. And yoga also evolve as human evolve. So it changes time to time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so much I didn't know from what you've
Yeah,
told me.
same.
I think the modern world is more occupied with the physical form of yoga without actually looking at the background. Why do you think that is?
The thing is that person, as I said, limited knowledge.
Yeah.
People comes to you and they said, oh, we don't do yoga, we do pilates,
Okay.
we don't do yoga, it's boring. And they don't know what yoga basically is, and it's not their fault. I'm not telling it's somebody's fault, it's just the limited knowledge that they haven't heard about it, and maybe nobody has explained. Yeah, nobody has explains to them that what yoga is, why we are doing it. Only they have heard that yoga is to stretching, bending, impossible asanas. That's what they have heard, and that's the kind of analogy that they are coming in and telling us that, oh, we are very inflexible. Like a lot of guests comes to me and they said, I never done yoga, but I am very inflexible as well. I said, it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. It's nothing to do with the flexibility. You just have to relax, and
Yeah.
we will deal it later. But how I'm very stiff. I said, yeah, but it's a journey. We will start with the beginner modified postures and breathing and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a limited understanding, nothing else.
Yeah.
Once they would know what yoga is, I'm sure they would understand its deep meaning.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the problem is that a lot of people are just looking for a quick fix. So they might be like, oh, I want to get healthy, and yoga seems like
Yeah.
a healthy person
Yeah,
thing to
yeah,
do. And like,
yeah.
I think I'm also part of that. Like, I didn't know there was so much depth to it. Um, so it's really interesting to know that there's all the science behind it. It's not just the movements, but the spirituality and like the eating. It's like a lifestyle basically. And people just
Yes.
take the surface aspect of it and then just hope for the best, which I'm not entirely against. Like, there's something is better than nothing, but I think it's also like not always gives the results that people are looking for.
No, actually, what happened, Adi, sorry I'm interrupting you, but somehow I'm getting what you're saying, is that quick fix is okay. We all need quick fix. It's nothing bad in about it, but it's just that we also need the right way of quick fix.
Hmm.
If I give you something and you feel it momentarily, you feel it like, oh, it's working, but what about long term?
Yeah.
We are talking about long term now. We wanted to heal you. As I said, present layer is very bubbly, like you feel like, oh, I'm really flying. But when it comes to the deeper layers, you're really suffering.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
in your muscle feel tight, your nerves feel tight, the connective tissues, the fascias, the emotion stays within the body. We have chakras, we have glands in the body, they start suppressing because of that. So if you want to really fix yourself, you need to have a little bit of patience. And patience, I mean 6 7 month
Yeah.
patience.
I think that's lacking in our world today. Patience is on very short supply, but yeah. Um, yeah,
Mm.
like from going back to our conversation, I guess, from all the versions or paths you mentioned of yoga, and the forms of yoga, which one do you usually teach people, and which one do you feel most drawn towards? Is there a particular one, or do you just, yeah, it's just the whole thing?
Well, if it would comes to under my power. Right now, I'm not in that power and position to make my own decision because I'm working in a wellness resort where I have to see guest requirements,
Hmm.
right? So there are different kinds of guests, and we teach all kinds of styles. Basically, we teach Hatha Yoga, we teach Ashtanga Yoga, we teach Vinyasa, Yin, restorative, all kinds of practice,
Yeah.
therapeutic yoga. But what happens when I teach, I make sure that I give them a little taste of what we know. Not much, but a little taste of it.
Hmm.
If some person create that curiosity within that, oh, what was that? Then I start explaining. But I
Okay.
never tell people out of like there, if somebody is not in the mood of learning or understanding, I won't push
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I just teach them what they actually required because they are in a place where they're really carrying so much of within themselves and they really want that quick fix. So I don't want to just tell them that you cannot fix yourself. That's the kind of, I don't want to
Yeah.
demotivate them.
Yeah.
So I will give them, but also just the taste of my medicine also, I will just give them a little bit drop and then say, yeah, what was that? Then the journey started. And then
Just
it goes like 6 months, then they come next year, then we will talk about more. So, but personally, what I feel is the best practice and experience is Hatha Yoga.
okay.
Hatha Yoga, when I practice, it takes me somewhere very deep. Because as I said, yoga is not just physicality, it's this you're opening the other dimensions of your body. So in human being, we have sheaths, the layers. First layer is this body that you're seeing, you're eating. It's called Annamaya Kosha, the physical sheath. So you are practicing yoga, you're working on this physical sheath. Then there is second sheath, like a Russian doll, like an onion.
Hmm.
Then once you clear this physical sheath by practicing yoga, you are becoming fit, your organs are becoming healthy, your nervous system is working properly, your cardiovascular health is getting much better, your organs are working in a very well way. Then you go to the second layer of your body, that is called pranamaya kosh. That is the vital force of the body, where you work with pranayamic practices. You are inhaling, exhaling, all these breathing practices means you're working on your second layer of the body. That is pranamaya kosh, second sheath of your body. Sorry. Then there is third sheath, the sheath manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha is your emotional body. So when you are balancing your physical body and vital force sheath, then your manomaya emotional sheath start coming. You feel like crying, you feel like emotions are coming out. And then because you have already balanced your physical sheath, you're already balanced your pranic sheath, vital force sheath, then it's easy to work and pamper this emotional sheath by practicing meditation, objective meditation, where you do body scanning. Then you go to the fourth sheath, that is Vijnanamaya body, knowledge body. Then the urge start. Oh, I am above than this. This was materialistic. I understand the concept. And then you start working more within and go to the deeper state of that. The final layer comes Anandamaya body, bliss body. So my teaching is to just to take them first from physicality, physical body, towards the vital body, then towards the manomaya body, and then to the other parts of the body. Other parts of the body is very hard to talk about, but just like at least one or two parts I can take them. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the way I go. So mainly it's more like therapeutic based,
Yeah.
psychological based.
Yeah.
It's not just the physical based only. But
Mm-hmm.
if sometimes people are very stubborn, they don't really listen to you. So then there is Ashtanga way also I can teach, and just break down their ego and then let them finalize that, yeah, you are right. So because breaking the ego is also very
Yeah.
important,
Yeah.
that you have to break down, not in a way that you become rude or something,
Yeah.
but just telling them that, in your own way, I'm giving you the answer to understand it better.
Yeah.
And then they would understand it better, and it would be good for them as well.
Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah.
just curious now. Um, how do you go about doing that? Like the first part you mentioned where you take them from the first sheet of the body to the next to the next. Like, what's that process like? And also like how do you go about breaking down
Yeah,
someone's
okay.
ego? If you want to talk about that.
Yes, of course. So physical body we talk about. So yoga is a one part of yogic practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit drop. But in when we practice yoga, we just don't practice on it on a mat, but we also focus on our diet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Annamaya body.
Yeah.
We feed it with the ahara, we feed it with the water. So if you are feeding it with the junk food, you are creating a lot of toxicity within the body. I
Mm-hmm.
am if I'm practicing yoga anyway, my body does not allow these food because somehow I have maintained the discipline, and certain food my body will not even ask. This is the discipline that I have made to my body. This
Yeah.
is this is my practice that allowed me to not to have certain kind. And there is no urge also. After a while of practicing yoga, you don't feel like having certain foods automatically. Then certain liquids, what you are taking. Some people, if somebody is alcoholic and somebody is smoking, so you need to also to quit everything, irrespective of, just to make sure that you understand these parts as well and work on your physical sheath of the body. But as I said, when you practice yoga, automatically you start building these routine, and you don't feel like smoking, you don't feel like drinking, you don't feel like eating oily food, junk food. And this is my experience over the years, and I could still remember 10 years, 11 years back what kind of person I was, and right now how many things I don't feel like having, which I was used to eat in my 20 years back or 10 years back age span. So that's how you work on your physical sheath. Now when we are practicing yoga, it's not only working on the physical body, but as I said, we have chakras in the body. I'm sure you've heard the term chakras,
Mm-hmm.
7 chakras in the body. Or let's talk about glands. We have pineal gland, we have pituitary gland, we have thymus gland, we have thyroid gland, we have adrenal gland. All kind of glands which is connected with these chakras. Chakras are energy pathways in the body. There are 7 chakras within human body. First is the root chakra, which is the base of your spine, and that root chakra is working with your, if you're having fears in the body, if you are not grounded, if you have future worries. So people have very tight hips. Some people come to me and say that I'm very inflexible around my hips, and I don't know why. I'm practicing all kind of things, but it's not going. But because it is deeper, it is something that you have holding within your
Mm-hmm.
internal fears, your future worries, which is holding your root chakra and making it tighter, the connective tissues around there.
Mm-hmm.
So we will start working and talking about the fears, what is happening. And when we do certain asanas, we ask them to stay there and feel what is coming. And then they say, oh, I feel anger. Okay. And I feel like crying. Okay. And so you keep them in a position and you ask them, what's the feeling? What
Mm-hmm.
kind of feeling is arising right at the moment? What kind of emotion is arising at the moment? And then they start telling you. And that's how you start working on these layers. And once you open up these nerve channels, you open up your solar plexus, sacral chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, your pineal gland, your third chakra, and upper sahasrara. You activating these nerve channel to flow the prana properly, and that's how you open your physical layer. And if I talk about scientifically, you open up your, and if you are an anxious person, your emotion, you will have gut health issues. So they say that I have a gut feeling. So our
Hmm.
intestinal somehow connected with our brain waves. So that gut feeling, you started feeling anxious, anxiety, emotions, everything is from your solar plexus. And some person feel a urge, they cannot really restrain their sexual activities because of their sacral chakra is imbalanced. So we start working on that. Then there is a heart chakra, which is related with your cardiovascular health, your stress. Then we will start opening their thoracic cage. We will let them stay in this any say supta setu bandhasanas. We'll let them lie down in that and ask them how you're feeling. Then there is throat chakra opening, which is the balance and buoyancy of your body. Then there is intuitive chakra. Then we will do some meditations for them. And then there is a higher practice, Shirshasana, which is balance your parasympathetic nervous system. So it's a very deep practice. If we talk about
Hmm.
it, I guess we can go for 3-4 hours of
Yeah,
conversation into that.
exactly. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, to open physical body, physical sheath is a work of 20
Wow.
years.
Hmm.
But again, it's not something that you cannot achieve. You can achieve, but the 20 years of a journey will be very fruitful. You will
Mm-hmm.
be balanced, your diet would be maintained, you don't feel like having that shitty substance or like alcohol or whatsoever, these drinks, you don't feel like having certain foods. The urge will automatically suppress down, and you feel like having the meal what exactly your body demands. So they said that, I don't know how to really control my diet. No, no, no. You just work on your body, and your body will automatically discipline you. You don't have to do much. So you start disciplining this, and it'll
Yeah.
start giving you the fruits.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's from within. It's just a little bit longer process, but at the same time very fruitful.
Yeah.
During that journey, it would be going to change your entire life. And then with that physical sheath, we are continuously working your pranic sheath by doing pranayamic practices. So with asana, we do pranayama. If you are doing 1.5 hour practice of asana, we do 1 hour of pranayama, and then we do 1 hour of meditation. So see
Hmm.
how many hours? Basically,
Three,
four
four
hours
hours.
of
Yeah.
practice can work on your physical. You can open these sheets. So it's a little bit longer process and can be only do if you have time or if
Okay.
you are a yogi. But there are also little bit short methods like half an hour of yoga, half an hour of pranayama, and 15 minutes of body scanning meditation can give you the similar effects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going back a little bit because I'm relatively curious about the food. What is recommended by people practicing yoga? What sort of foods do you guys recommend?
There is a yogic diet.
Okay.
Yogic diet has given in yogic practices called mitahara. Mita means very modified, and ahara means the diet. So modified diet, and right now it's given in 5,000 years
Yeah.
back. Right now in Ayurveda, right now we have also come with the concept of intermittent fasting.
Okay.
It's similar like intermittent fasting, but to have a clear understanding, for example, we have a belly. The half belly is filled with the fresh food, nutritions, all kind of whatever diet you want to take, like seeds and fresh vegetables and everything. And half of the belly filled with the fresh vegetable, fruits, and stuff like that. And 1/4 is for your liquid water, and 1/4 for the air. So you keep your 1/4 belly little empty. So this is the exact diet has given in our Ayurvedic and yogic practices that one should follow, and one should. There is also a saying, Adi, that eating once, those eating once they are yogi. Those eating twice they are bhogi. Those eating thrice they are rogi. So, so eating 3 meals a day means you are a diseased person. Eating 2 meals in a day means you are a materialistic ratsik, spoiled person. And eating 1 meal in a day, that means you are a yogic person. So 1 meal a day, having with the full nutrients diets added in it, is a yogi, and then you will never feel and never have any kind of tension in your body because you're giving enough rest to your digestive system. It is working properly. That's why in our Indian tradition we do a lot of fast. Shivratri fast, Ekadashi fast, this fast, that fast. So they've just basically added in the name of God, but our ancient people know that if you give time to time rest to your digestive system, you will live longer and healthier. So that was the whole concept. So now I'll tell you how it works. So for example, when I wake up in the morning, I make sure that before my practice, I eat my soaked dry fruits, soaked almonds, and soaked walnuts, and soaked raisins, which is the amazing, will give you the amazing impact proteins to the body. Then once I finish with my practice, I make sure that I eat a little bit of fruits, a little bit of dairy, and that's all. And then in my lunch, I make sure that there is greens added, there is rice added, like carbs added, and everything which I can take, some seeds added, and curd also added. But in the evening, I don't eat anything. Before, if I reach at my place, like before sunset, I can eat a soup, like a dal soup or carrot soup or pumpkin soup. But after sunset, no food and no liquids.
Okay, okay. Yeah. No, I was going to ask because I was just thinking of the negative outcomes of just eating so much food and all in one sitting. So that's why I was like unsure, but I guess it's quite spread then.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. It's not all at once that you're just,
Yeah,
gulping
yeah,
every
yeah.
kind of things, but there is also a way of eating to
Yeah, yeah.
it. Half belly filled with the food. So my half belly would not filled with if I'm eating at once. It would be suppressed with that food, and there would be negative
Yeah.
outcomes of it. So there is a proper way to balance it. But if you see yogis back in the time, I guess they are only eating once and a little bit of food, not much. Because when you're doing intense practices of yoga, you are not actually converting the energy outside, but you are actually, converting it inward. So your body is becoming more energetic when you're practicing yoga, meditation, pranayamas. But living in this world where I have to deal with a lot of other things, rather than teaching, also I have to make the presentation, run there and here and this. I'm not living in the
Yeah.
mountains, so you have to somehow come in a place where you can understand and make the balance
I
with your
see.
diet. Like, okay, I'm not eating before sunset, that is for sure. And I'm not eating too much junk food, which I don't feel like anyway eating. And yeah, then it comes, then you make the balance. So it basically, actually, it basically depends where you are and what you do. So if you are a hardcore practitioner, yes, you're eating once. If you are a mountain yogis, yes, of course. Sometimes they don't eat months. So that's a whole level other things. That's something else we are talking about.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about a yogi who are just teaching and this thing, then we need to come up in a way where we can make a balance.
Yeah.
So I make sure that what I'm eating is nutrients and that you provide me proper nutrients. I'm adding, the seeds in my diet, ghee in my diet. So yeah, I'm more cautious about what I'm eating basically, rather than just eating
Okay.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you know
Yeah.
once you've reached like half of your um s- stomach? Like, do you do you like how do you measure that?
Very, very good question actually. No, nobody answers. Nobody question these kind of
Yeah.
things. So I'm happy to answer. So when we are eating, there is always a
Yeah.
feeling, you know. So when I'm having my breakfast in the morning, I know this much of amount I'm eating. So this is kind of a sense of how would I say? My body knows that this much is. And then if I eat a little bit of, I start burping. I was like, I guess I'm pretty much okay. I can eat one more chapati, but I guess I'm gonna just stop there, then and there. So you know your
Okay.
system. If you want to eat half burger tong, and then you know that, okay, this is good for me, but if I eat full, it's going to give me a little bit problem with my digestion, and you know it. It's not, we know it. We are, we are people, those who know our body, we know our system. So somehow it's internal discipline that your body would tell you that, okay, this much of the food. But I make sure that if I have a hunger of a two chapati, I only eat one. If I have a hunger of three chapati, I only eat one and a half. So how much hunger I am having, I eat half portion of
I
that.
see.
So this is how I would know that this much I need to take within the body.
Got it.
Yeah, I guess it comes back to discipline, right? Like how disciplined you are. Yeah, because
Discipline.
I can't imagine doing
And
that.
you cannot force it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you cannot force it. If you're forcing it, again, you are not really making peace with your system. It's something which comes to you automatically.
Hmm.
Yeah, I cannot force you. Okay, Thong, from tomorrow only you are eating once. No, I am then forcing you to do it, and it's an obligation then. It's not a discipline. And then
Yeah.
you say, who you are to tell me it like that? So I cannot really tell you. It should come to you naturally, and that would come with the practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, I guess like since you've been practicing yoga for a long time, have you noticed any unexpected benefits of yoga, um, like in your practice, like, and how has it impacted your life?
So now I'll tell you a story of my lifetime. So in 2020, when I joined Kamalaya, and it was, I guess, in 2020 when the COVID has started.
Yeah.
So in 2020, December 2020, I had a terrible accident, like accident where my life was hanging in between. My pelvic bone was broken, my knee, my ACL is torn, my MCL is break, my knee is completely ruptured, and
Mm-hmm.
my sciatica got fractured. So major injuries I have gone through. And then doctor told me I was in 1 month in Kosamui hospital and lying down like that, and everything I was doing on bed. There was like pads and everything. So I remember the first day of my accident when I was in Bangkok hospital, and a lot of people was coming to me, and I said, I don't want to speak to anyone. Just
Mm-hmm.
don't talk to me. There is a chant called Vishnu Sahasranam. I put that Vishnu Sahasranam chant, and I start meditating on each of my wound. I did not know that I have a major injury in my knee. So I know that my pelvic bone is one above the other like this. So I need to meditate there. And I know I need to meditate on my sciatic nerve. And I start meditating on these different wounds that I have in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And doctor said that 6 months you would be like this. You will going to be like that on the bed, just resting. And I said 6 months. It's quite a lot time. I don't have that much time. I cannot lie down 6 months on a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm meditating all the time. And I know because it's a practice of many years. Chanting, not speaking to anyone. And then within a month, by myself alone, 1 month, I came back from the hospital after 1 month. I booked my ticket to India on the wheelchair. I went back alone. I remember I was in Bangkok in a hotel, and then hotel staff said that we cannot give you food inside the hotel. You have to come outside and open the door and take your food. And I said I cannot walk, and then I crawl literally, and then just bring my plate inside and then eat my food. So it's kind of a serious condition that going
Mm-hmm.
back home with this condition all alone. But it's not that I was suffering and I was traumatized, and I was, how I have gotten that courage because of my practices. That the whole month nobody came from India because if it was COVID and they have to stay there for 12 days of quarantine in Bangkok. So nobody came. I was all alone. Of course, there are people those who have helped me a lot, but I was alone in the hospital, struggling with my battle. If there would be another one. They must be collapsed with the emotions. I want my mother, I want my father, I want my husband, or whatsoever, whoever they have in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 1 month, when I went back home. So on the second, when I finished 2 months, on third month I started doing my yoga again. So that was the benefits that you're talking about. That was the reward I have received, that I can do it.
Hmm.
And then that day I built the confidence within me. If I can, others can also. It's just that they need to hear it to somebody else who has been to that deep hole of darkness and relive in the light again.
Hmm.
So once you have that authority and you have experienced it, your confidence boosts so high. And so that was the reward that I had, and that I can remember, that I get from my yogic practices, the self healing.
Yeah, that's
I still don't have ACL in my knee. I can do all, and on that leg I can stand with eyes closed 6 minutes without moving now also, in tree pose with eyes closed. I can do all kind of balancing posture with my that leg, where I have no ACL, MCL rupture, everything. I can do everything with it.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
that's quite a
yeah,
story
that's I
to
don't
be
know what to
able
say to
to
that. Yeah.
recover so quickly. Yeah. Um,
Yeah. But people don't buy such stuff because they think, oh, what rubbish. But the person who have experienced it can
mm,
only tell. So you can tell, yeah, you don't believe, it's fine. It's your belief. The person who have experienced it can only tell the feeling. So that's why I said that experiencing it by yourself is something else. Then you listen, and it's like a fairy tale stories if when you listen. But when you experience it, you kind of really, living it, and then you're kind of having that belief that yes, you can do it.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
No,
I kind
I
of
certainly
want
believe you.
to. No, I just wanted to say that I wanted to go back a little bit, and rewind and kind of talk about, like, teaching yoga again. Um, I was just thinking whether there was ever a time where you doubted your abilities ever when teaching your students.
Yeah, well, no one is perfect, Tom. Yeah, right. And if you don't have doubts, you don't grow. So you should have time to time doubts as well.
Yeah.
So yes, but I majorly have doubt when I somehow this physical limitation stops me. So sometimes if I don't practice much, because I'm working in a wellness resort where I have to deal every day with a lot of people with lots of energies. In the by the end when I reach home, I'm also a little bit tired. So sometimes I don't really give 100% to my practices. So that is some disappointed, very disappointing. Like I somehow feel like that, oh, I'm not capable enough. What you're doing to yourself? You're teaching others and you're not really working on yourself. So these, I mean, time to time, I used to get these doubts. But again, as I said, then I go back to my practices again. I start meditating, at least do something that you like and love, so that these thoughts you can erase from your mind. These thoughts only comes when you're not practicing. If you practice and you know you are capable enough, whether or you're doing anything that you love, somehow you're making peace that no, you can do it. So yeah, of course we all have the doubts, and they should come to you, respect to make you a better person, and so that you learn more. Otherwise ego will come up. Oh, you know everything. I know everything, I don't need anyone. No, we are all imperfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is impossible. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people, face burnout when they are, pursuing a career or pursuing something. Did you ever feel that with your yoga practice? If so, how did you overcome that?
This social media can make you feel that way because you follow, you follow all kind of yoga teachers all around the world, and you see them doing all kind of things, and you see their followers, millions of followers, you're like, wow. I mean, they have millions of followers, and where I am, in social media, I am not a sensation on social media. But again, they have their journey, you have your journey, but no, not really. Whenever I have doubt, I do go to my teachers and I tell them, just teach me the hardest practice you can. And then I do the yoga practice, and they make me sit in a lotus pose for 3 hours. And then after that, now you doubt your capability. I said, a little bit more. Okay, 4 hours. So so this is how it goes. So whenever you have doubt, you go to your teachers or you go to your peers and you do your practice and you give more than 100%. You do 200%. The doubts diminish. So it's
Hmm.
just you can move the mountain, but you
Yeah.
have to have this belief within you. And when you feel like that belief is somehow, going somewhere here and there, you go to somebody who you can really trust, who you can think that they will really guide you better, so that you can gain that confidence again and come back to your path again, because we all need second opinions in life. You
Hmm.
cannot really win the battle by your own. So second opinion with the people, or with somebody who you can trust. So I always go to my teachers to
Yeah.
just to make sure that am I doing right, where I'm lacking, what I'm not doing right. Or friends, I have yoga teachers, a lot of friends in the same field, so I talk to them and discuss.
Hmm. Yeah. I really like that point
This
though,
is how
like
it.
where you said that you just when you have doubt, you just go and do your practice, and that kind of relieves the doubt itself. So you're just reinforcing that, like, yeah, you can do it, you have done it, and here's the proof. Like, even though I don't know, like your brain doesn't believe it, like you just give it proof, and then it's like, yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
yeah, yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
really good way to battle it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember when there was a 48 hours 48 days meditation program was happening in my institution back in Kevaladam, and there was a researchers who's doing researches on us, on our brain waves, and our brain centers, and checking the brain waves before the meditation program, between the meditation program, after that. So they asked us to sit in, specifically one teacher, Bhogal sir his name. He asked us to sit in lotus posture for 15 minutes in the beginning, and we were all crying. And it was like, no, no, no. And he used to say, something is happening, just observe and let it happen. I was like, what is this something, something? What is this something? Something, the pain is happening, sir. Like, my body is, is like going all the way, my thoughts, my anger. He said, no, 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 don't act. Let it happen. Let it happen. It's such a sweet voice, such a nice way to explain. And I was like, okay, fine. Because of your voice, I'm listening. Otherwise, I'm out from here. And then he said that, okay, okay, feel, 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 feel. And he just say like that, feel, feel, feel. Let's let it go, let it go, let it go. And he just beautifully saying at the same pace all the time. Okay, 15-minute pass. Yes, sensation comes like pins and needles, like everyone can feel it. Then after pins and needles, it went away completely. And then you sat for next 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, again pins and needles. Then again you feel them, again it'll go. Then again it come back. So it was an ongoing process. Then it comes for 20 minutes. After 20-minute pins and needles started. Then after 30-minute pins and needles started. Then one day it comes that within 1 hour, no pins and needles, nothing. Then one day come 2 hours, nothing has happened. Then 2.5 hours, nothing has happened. So then I asked my teacher, what was that something something, sir? What is this affirmation, or what's this thing that you're saying, something some? What is that? It's like, no, 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 pins and needles. That's something something. You should feel that. I was like, oh, okay. And then you actually work on your these hurdles and whatever body limitations, and these body limitations are something something. So whatever is happening, something is happening. Everywhere in the body, something, you're feeling itching here, itching there. So that is something. Let it happen, let it happen, feel it. So this is also in a way I'm saying it, all of you, those who want to do meditate, sit with yourself quietly and just observe what is happening within your body. Something will happen, and you
Yeah.
address that something,
Yeah.
let it pass, and then again that something will come back. Then again you address that something, then it will also pass, and then you will start observing the body, some sensation, some twitching, some vibration, and you keep feeling, keep observing, and you're doing the meditation. So that's how you build the practice with sitting yourself hours and hours. And once you go with that way and routine, believe me, anyone can sit 1 hour without moving. Just need to address that something. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I'm going out of topic, but yeah.
No, that's
No, you're
that's
all
totally
good.
fine.
Um, I kind of wanted to talk about your students as well, especially as a teacher. Is there anything particular that students struggle with the most when they come and learn with you?
Oh yeah, actually it varies person to person, Song, because as I said, we are working in a wellness resort, so we have people with especially burnout,
Yeah,
stress, relationship issues, financial, like many conditions. So it really varies person to person.
yeah,
And when it comes to yoga, as I said, that people, not all of them has the exact understanding about yoga. They have all limited knowledge, limited understanding about yoga. So I make sure that I just understand them first. How long you've been practicing? What is your understanding about yoga? And what do you think? And what are there in your body that you wanted to work on
yeah,
physically, and also the organs. And I'm sure you've spoken to the naturopath and you've been doing the test. Is there liver conditions? Is there kidney issues? Is there cardiovascular problems? Because yoga also makes your organ healthy. So it caters person to person how it goes. But major that what I see is all the time I hear one thing, that I am very tight, I cannot improve this posture, I'm very inflexible. So because they have only understanding that yoga will make you flexible only, they don't
Hmm.
know that it's more than that. So it actually goes person to person basically.
for someone that wants to start learning yoga, what would your recommendation be? Like, where would you start them off?
I would say that if you wanted to start with yoga practice, you start with your small body joints. You
Okay.
don't go with the, because a lot of people says I'm tight around my thighs, my hips
Yeah,
are tight, my forward fold is not good. I want to do full split. So their aim is very big,
yeah,
but they don't know that the magic is in your small body joints and body joint movements if you do. So for example, if somebody who really want to work deep down from their body, start with the eye rotations.
okay,
Before closing the eyes, look up, look down, look left, look right, rotate your eyes clockwise, close them tight, relax, because we hold a lot of tension here. I'm just directly asking you to close your eyes. You have tons of thought coming immediately in your mind. Oh, this, that. So by moving the eye rotation and eye movement exercises, yogic practices, you're kind of allowing your mind to calm down, frontal lobe to calm down, thought process to calm down, so that you can sit at least for 5 minutes. So for 5 minutes, I am making you to just to be the present moment, and then we are going for the neck rotation movement. But before that, I ask them to just focus on your breathing, and I'll show them how to breathe correctly. So also it's very important because a lot of people does not know how to breathe. So I tell them that when you're inhaling, make sure you inhale, start first from the belly, then go to the sides of your lung, then go to the upper part of the lung, then you start exhaling from the top. And people don't understand that. Then I will tell them to just to go part by part lung breathing. So I'll teach them first belly breathing, then I teach them side of the lung breathing, then I teach them upper part of the lung breathing, and then I combine all the three parts together. So you should go from the basics, yeah, eyes closing, then learning how to breathe in, because yoga and breath goes like this. If you're doing yoga posture and if you're not breathing, you will get muscle cramps, you will get injuries in the body because you're not breathing. Muscles are not oxygenated, they are
Mm-hmm.
dehydrated. So make sure you breathe. So if you're inhaling and moving your arms, make sure you do it with the breathing. Moving your arm without the breath, immediately you will get pain here. So whatever moves you do mindfully, you involve your breath and go with the sukshamayama, small body joint movements, to work on your big joint and muscle before that. So I would recommend just to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you go with the full body ones or like bigger ones without, developing the smaller ones,
Mm,
you're probably going to injure yourself. So I think that's a really good recommendation.
thanks.
I think we kind of touched on this earlier, but a lot of people who want to do yoga are like super busy professionals in the modern day. Um, would you say like doing 10, 15 minutes a day, like 10, 15 minutes of yoga a day is still helpful, or like do you think a longer time is required to see the true benefits?
Mhm. No, of course, longer time is required, but I'm also, um, you know, uh, I'm also, I mean, I know that people don't have much time these days because they want to earn money. The healthy mind and healthy body is not possible these days, which is okay. But you can do 10, at least something is better than nothing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So move 10-15 minutes mindfully in morning. So you're waking up, you're clearing your bile, you're taking your shower, then sit with yourself. Just start moving your neck clockwise 5 times, anti-clockwise 5 times. Move your shoulders clockwise, anti-clockwise. Move your arm, rotate your shoulder, stretch front, stretch back, do such kind of movements. And then make sure that you twist your spine to the sideways, you stretch your legs, you start rotating your ankles, you start moving the legs, you start moving the knees. Just move the body head to toe, do
Mm-hmm.
some movements from the body so that blood would circulate and you feel a little bit active to just
Mm.
continue your day. And you will have 10 minutes in a day anyway, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting on a chair for 3 hours, you will have a 10 minutes where you check your phone and Instagram, right? You do these movement again 10 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes you do in the morning, 10 minutes somewhere when you want to check your IG. Despite that, just do it on your body, and then evening also you will have 10 minutes. So it becomes 30 minutes. So
Okay.
you're giving yourself 30 minutes in a whole day lifespan. A little bit of breathing, nothing. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama, inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling left, inhaling right, exhaling left. Just alternate nostril breathing. Just 5 rounds. So 5 rounds you did in the morning, 5 rounds you did in the afternoon, 5 rounds you did in the evening. So it becomes 15 rounds. In a way, you're doing the full practice. And then a little bit of mindfulness. Close your eyes, focus, bring the mind on top of the head, inhale, exhale. Bring the mind back of the head, inhale, exhale. Bring the mind front of the face, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Each part of the body you give inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Body and mind connected. That is called body scanning meditation. Do 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes becomes 15 minutes. So it's just everyone can make these kind of, it's just the time management, a
Mm.
little tiny here, little there. If you love yourself, you can do that.
Yeah.
And you would feel the definitely you would feel the benefits out of
I
it.
was just wondering, how long do your clients, like, when they come to the retreat, like, how long do they usually stay there for?
Oh, sometimes they stay for 2 months.
Oh, wow. So it's a long time then.
So yeah. 2 months, 1 month. Basically, Kamalaya is a retreat where they come for at least for 2 weeks. 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As in, you don't take people in that are doing it for a single week.
I mean, they tell themselves like that oh, we are here for 1 week, but we feel like next time we'll come for 2 weeks.
Okay.
They just tell them, so we don't tell them anything. They feel it, they tell them because they know that 1 week is not
Right.
enough. So, but 1 week they are coming from somewhere from London. They are jet lagged for 2 days. So just
Yeah.
4 days to work on themselves. So it's hard.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we've talked for quite a while already, so I'm going to move to the closing section now. So, for anyone that's starting, who wants to start practicing yoga, but then they have this initial kind of mindset, oh, I'm not sure whether I can do it, or I don't know if I can commit time to do something of that caliber. Is there any advice you can offer for people that still have doubts in their heads?
See, if you're working on a computer, Tom, like this all the time, you have tension around the neck. So you check your neck in the mirror and see you doubting that you cannot do yoga. You come up and you just tilt your head like that and stay there. Inhale, exhale from the part where you feel the stretch. Let that circulation happen around these nerves. You take your arm to the side. You stretch the arm like this. Press, 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 press. You stretch it side, 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 side. Place it on the back. And 3 movement. I've showed you like that over. Then you come back and do the same to the other side. Put the hand behind. You open the chest wide. You look up. You do it, these stretching, all the time. All the time. It's just that you need to be a little bit mindful when you're doing it. You press the chest, thoracic cage forward. You exhale, press, inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back and press. And then same opposite. Exhale, go down, press. Inhale, stretch up, twist side, exhale. Go to the side, say lateral part of your body to activate the circulation. Stretch to the side. So it's just like you're not doubting yourself, you're doubting your abilities. You can do these movements. Any crippled person can do that movement. If a person sitting on the wheelchair can do such movements, I can tell you 100 of movement by sitting on chair. I can make you move if you are lying down on your back. 100 of movement by just lying down on the back. It's just that you are not willing to do it. If you have that will, there are so many things in your plate, so many suggestions. And luckily we live in a world where everything you open, chat GPT, you will you will get the answers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying chat GPT, but I'm saying that YouTube, there are a lot of good people that I don't believe in online teachings, especially yoga. But something is better than nothing. You can do it. It's just your will that you don't want to do it because you're being lazy. I'm sorry, but you're being lazy. You don't want to do it. You just want to binge Netflix, just lying down eating chips rather than moving your body. So you create a lot of troubles to your body, and in the end, you will see you're gonna collapse your system.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, no, this is a pure excuse. Nothing else. There is nothing that you cannot do. You can do everything. It's just your will.
No, I think that's a very good message. Um, yeah.
Did I disappoint you,
No,
Tom?
not at all. That's not at all. Not at all.
No, I think that's a very good point.
Sorry, sometime I'm a little outspoken, so
No, I think people need to hear that, honestly. Yeah, like, you can't just be super cautious and like, oh, it's okay, it's not your fault. You can't just do that with everyone, right? Like, people need to take ownership of their action. And if they're not doing it, like, you're suggesting very easy things that anyone can do. And if they still don't choose to do it, then they can't blame it. They can't say that, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. No, it's hard because you don't have the will for it. You're not willing to put the effort in. So no, I totally agree with your message. Yeah. Next question I want to ask is, like me and Tong, we love reading. Do you have any good books that you recommend, or that you really enjoyed reading? They could be related to yoga or not related to yoga. It's up to you.
I read a lot of yogic text. I don't read novels because when I read novels, I feel like I have a beautiful novel in my hand. Pranayamic book which have a lot of things, and it is something that is that increase more interest in me as well. So there is a book written by Swami Satyanand Saraswati. It's asana, pranayam, meditation, mudra bandha, and very nicely has explained each part of yoga and movement and how these things work. And somebody who really wanted to understand, I'm just saying understand, not becoming a yoga teacher by reading a book, just understand that how yoga works, it would really help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is a lot of misconceptions about yoga, that yoga is religious.
Okay.
Yoga is not religious. It's a technology. It's just because the law of gravity was propounded by Newton Isaac. So does it make gravity Christian? So same way, yoga. It was in our culture. Yes, we are very fortunate about that. But it is a technology that anyone can make a use of it. It's not religious, and at the same time, a lot of men, if I work in a resort, and a lot of men, they don't do yoga. They have this, I don't know, they have this thing in their mind that it is for women. And I said, like, really? You have green blood flowing in your veins, or you have a different heart that is in the right side of your chest, or you have kidneys which is in the front of your belly. I guess the organs are the same, pretty much there. Just the reproductive system is a little different.
Hmm.
So their nervous system is different. Like women brain is somewhere else, your is somewhere else. So no, organ health. I guess men needs it more than women these days. That's seriously. And men's health also becoming a subject these days. We are always talking about women health, but we also need men's health, and that's a huge subject these days. So it's not for. And if you look the ancient history of yoga, it was only done by men's. If Adi, I'm sure knows it. The yogis in Himalayas,
Yeah.
men's that only practice yoga, not women's. So it is not just for the women. It's just the union of body and mind to bring the balance, and anyone can make use of it. And it is a organ health. It is a mind and body balance which anyone needs. And so it's not just for women. It's just a westernized, limited understanding of it that makes it women, because they've make the yoga acrobatic. So men think that, oh, it's just a ballet dance, another. So they
I
don't want
always
to
found
do
it
it.
weird as well, because I think most yogis, most gurus are men actually that practice it in India, especially. But then in the West, as you said, there's this preconceived notion that it's more for women. But then women also kind of misrepresent yoga in a way where they're like, oh, just I'll have a
Yes.
matcha latte and then I'll go to the yoga studio with all my girlfriends. So it's very, very different. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I said limited understanding makes it like that. Otherwise, it is not like that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of other misconceptions, but I guess let's just talk about these two.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
All right.
No, I really mentioned, like, he mentioned that it's like a science, not a religion, because that makes it more accessible to people. Like, you don't have to be religious to practice it. So I really love that. And yeah, definitely, I think in the West it's been popularized by women, and that's why I guess more women are drawn towards it, and men don't feel as comfortable. Especially if it's like, room full of women, and then you just walk in, you're like the only guy. You don't seem like a creep.
And
So yeah,
we don't blame them.
yeah,
But we don't blame them, we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
blame them. It's just because of they never experienced the real yoga culture and yogic way of lifestyle. So that's not
Hmm.
their fault either,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, that we cannot become blindfolded all the time and just let them do what they wanted to do. So
Hmm.
whenever I get an opportunity to talk about it and explain it, I make sure that I become outspoken and really talk about it. Like, no, this is wrong what you're doing, and let's do the right thing.
No,
So
and
yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because someone needs to do it. Anyway, I think we reached the end of the podcast. Is there any final message you would like to share with our audience? This could be a plug for something or just a message you want to share with them.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to tell people that I know life is hard. I know it's not easy. But if we don't have the bads, we don't appreciate the goods as well. So it's a roller coaster ride. We have our experiences, good, bad. Just learn from them. And please, please, if you can make some time, just 5 minutes of, even though mindfulness or breathing, do it, because nothing is important um, than you. You are the most important thing. So sometimes take a time to create that self compassion towards you, self love towards you, and yeah, embrace yourself, embrace your inner child, because that's what you need to do. You are being very busy. You wanted to earn money, you wanted to become famous, but never let that inner child die within you. Just be happy, and that's why there is a beautiful mantra that Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, that may all beings everywhere be free and happy. So be free, be happy, and in the end, I'm going to show you a little bit of breathing exercise that will make a huge change in your lifestyle. So let's get ready. So this is for the practice. If you are feeling a lot of tension around the head, if you are sitting in your office and you're feeling like your sympathetic nervous system is bursting with thoughts, ideas, and over excessive information that you don't really want it to process, and it is coming and it is dominating your parasympathetic nervous system. So how do we balance these systems? How do we balance the solar and lunar energies within the body? Activate and balance your both the nerve pathways. Right nostril stimulate your sympathetic nervous system, left nostril stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. And best part is they work opposite. So if you feel a lot of burning, a lot of tension around the right side, check your nostril. And if it's blocked, that means you need to channelize the prana through that part. Now, how do we open it? We will learn that. So, both of you, can you check your nostrils? Block your left nostril
Yeah.
Oh,
and inhale, exhale from the right side of the nostril, and see which side is, see the flow of the nostril. Is it flowing good? You feel like, yes, air is going nicely in, it's open, it's airy. Now block the right nostril and do it from the left side of the nostril and compare which side is more active. Right side feels more airy and active, or the left side feels more airy and active?
for me, the right side is more active. My left one is a little bit blocked. It feels.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
same.
Same. So now, from past 1 hour, we are speaking, creating the data, analytical mind. So right side of the brain is boosting up, boosting up, boosting up. And the left side somehow create the dominance. It's just gone down. So now we want to activate more the right side also, to balance the left side of the body. So if your left side is the blocked, make a fist of your left hand and put it under the right side of your armpit.
Okay.
Mine fist is right, or it's showing opposite? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Is the left hand?
I think it's mirrored, but I think that's
You
fine.
can
Or is
see
it?
it as a left hand.
Is it?
Yeah. So you place your left hand under the right side of the
Oh, okay.
armpit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our left nostril is now blocked because the right side of the brain, sympathetic nervous system, is overused at the moment. So now we activate the left side of the nostril to balance the right side of the brain. Now block your right nostril, guys, with the thumb. With the thumb. And here you have a point, the lobe of your nostril, this point. You stretch it out, and then with the index finger, you stretch the further it out. So it's like you're creating a stretch here to your sinus point and then blocking the right side of the nostril. You get it? But keep your right block,
Okay. Block and then pop.
and then stretch the left side of the nostril. Make sure it is nicely placed and press gently. Now inhale, exhale repeatedly from the left side of the nostril 10 to 15 times. If you feel it is too blocked, you need more
Oh,
rounds.
okay. I guess I need more rounds. Do you inhale, exhale with your mouth as well, or just with your nostrils?
No, just the
Okay.
nose. And inhale, exhale repeatedly from your lungs more, yeah? Yeah, do it. Yeah, 10 to 15 times. Continue. Exhale fully out. Yeah. Again, do these rounds. Continue doing it round. After 10-15 rounds, just take a little pause and then start again. Then take a little pause, start again. The mind was used too much, huh, Tom?
Yes,
I
for
think I
sure.
can definitely feel it, like opening up.
Yeah, so the idea was this is one of the oldest ancient method where the yogis in Himalayas, what they do in day-to-day time, our both the nostrils shift, and
Oh,
every
wow.
90 120 minutes they shift to one side. So you feel that after 120 minutes, your left side is more active than the right, or the right side is more active than the left. But sometimes they are imbalanced. They don't go with the time because there is a lot we are holding in our brain.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to a meeting or some kind of a presentation where you have to present, but you feel a little shy or you feel like a little bit, this sort of, how do you fear inside, like how do I not confident enough, activate your both the channels, solar and lunar channels. So if the left is blocked, you place the left hand underneath the right armpit and you start inhaling, exhaling 10 to 15 times from the left side of the nostril. Do 4 or 5 rounds like that. And if you're feeling right side is blocked, you take a fist of the right hand, put it underneath the left armpit, and do the same from the right side. Then once they both are balanced, you place both the hands underneath your armpits and you start doing deep breathing 10 times. Belly, middle, upper, upper, middle, belly. This is balance your both the sides of brains. And you do 10 rounds of deep breathing like that. And when you are inhaling, you don't breathe in with the jerks. Not like that. Breathe in beginning till end with the same rhythm, and exhaling same beginning till end with the same rhythm. Not too much, not lesser. Keep the
Mm-hmm.
amount of your breath same. And that's the magical practice for all of you. Better?
Yeah, I think. I don't
Thong is
know.
really involved.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah. So it's a quick release.
and that's to like make you feel less anxious and just
Yeah.
balance your body a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just calming down your nervous system like
Wow.
this
Okay.
and bringing that dominance down and relaxing the whole body.
Okay. Whew. Well.
And it's not something that just invented. It is 5,000 years old practice I am mentioning to you.
Yeah. No.
That
Definitely.
kind of helped.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it really helped
I think I'll
actually.
do
So
that.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'll be using that more.
Yeah.
Yeah, use it.
Um.
Well, thank you for having me in your podcast. I really enjoyed talking about it. And as I said, it's something that we can talk hours and hours.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in future somewhere we will again bring our chords together and create a one more session towards more enlightenment towards yoga, so that people would be knowing what yoga is all about and what it's not.
Yeah,
And yeah, thank you so
definitely.
much.
I had so many misconceptions before talking to you as well. So thank you so much for your time. And I'm pretty sure Adi's learned quite a bit as well.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
I'm
Um.
glad.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, Jyoti. It was really nice talking to you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the conversation as
Likewise.
well. See ya.